I'm Lucy. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Michigan. I'm on the phase 5 of the Compass Rose program, and I'm getting ready to transition home. And this is my story. What led me to Compass Rose were decisions I made that were poor and unhealthy because of the state I was in. And I think that because of the circumstances I grew up with, I decided to make poor decisions to meet my needs. And I was very not aware of what I needed, but I knew that I was sick and I needed something to change. I ended up in the hospital a lot, and then one of those times my parents said, you know, we can't do this, this isn't working, we can't help you in the way you need. And I agreed. I didn't want to go away, but I knew that I was gonna miss out anyway if I hadn't gotten better. When I first got to Compass Rose, I wasn't angry, but I wasn't willing to do the work for a while. I knew that if I committed, then that meant something had to change. And if something changed, that would require risk. And I wasn't a big risk taker. And that just scared me a lot, that if I changed my patterns and if I changed my mindset and my way of living, what if it fails? But I knew that I was failing anyway because the way I was living wasn't working. I needed something more than just Lucy's running away. What do we do? How do we make her not run away? But Compass Rose was, how do we make Lucy not want to run away, and how do we solve that inner root problem that's going on? I've always wanted to follow other people and be other people instead of being myself because I didn't know who that was. And I think Boundaries was a great way to learn, like, how am I gonna impact the world just by being me, and how do I figure out who I am throughout my whole life? So I think God is coming through the staff to get to me, and that really helps me a lot because it's easier personally for me to just see it and have it be tangible. And so when the staff members ask to pray for me or ask to pray with me, it makes me feel loved by God. So before I came to Compass Rose, I wasn't very faithful at all. Like, my family, they were Christians, and I think that made me angry because I didn't know how to live that life. It's more about the faith itself. And so as I've learned that, I've become more open. I do believe in God, and I believe that He's out there and He loves me so much, and that makes me feel really special. My parents have always been very involved in the process, and what I appreciated about that was even when I wasn't willing to do the work and even when I didn't want to interact with them, they were always there and they said, okay, Lucy, we'll see you next week. We're gonna try again. And that really encouraged me to want to change. And so they've always been very open to the change and open to hear what I have to say. And I think that's the biggest change that they've made, is being willing to hear me. I look back at a year ago and I just think, why didn't I tell them? Why didn't I just say that I needed help? And I understand, and now it's just Mom, I'm struggling, and Dad, I need help with this. And that's a great change to me. I think something that I'll miss a lot about Compass Rose is the environment that is offered. It's very safe for me, and it makes me feel very worthy and loved.